I've been living in America for about 3 months now, and there are certain things I noticed, and I just want to talk about them. The first thing I noticed was time keeping. They keep the time like crazy.
One of the culture shock that I had when I came to America was me finding out that Americans, everything is fast paced in this country. Everybody walk fast. Everybody talks so fast. Like everything is done so fast.
Here's some things I've experienced as an immigrant living in America for the past 15 years. So I'm from Guinea, West Africa, and coming to America when I was 5 years old, the culture shock was absolutely like flabbergasting. The minute I landed in America, the first thing I realized that was different from living in Africa was literally the way you guys speak English. Hearing English for the first time literally like reset something in my brain. I literally was like, what are you saying?
Hello good people, welcome to African Commentary. Here we learn and grow every day, and if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing, liking and sharing the videos. I will really appreciate. So in this video today, we are going to watch some videos whereby African immigrants are sharing their culture shocks in America for the first time. You know, the reality versus what someone thought America is, or how things are run in America. So without speaking much, let's watch some videos and then I'm going to give my 2 cents at the end. Also, let me know what do you think about this in the comment section down below.
This is absolutely funny. Africans are shocked after getting here to America and realizing that no, it's not like the movies. It's not Hollywood. It's hustle and bustle. Everybody's moving and grooving and getting to that bag.
Culture shock experiences when they first came to America.
I thought everything was like Hollywood. You get here, you can meet Will Smith on the road, you can speak to Beyonce. When you watch TV at home, everything looks like it's glitz and glamour. And then when you get here, people work hard. It's not TV. That's what I discovered.
America.
It sounded like she thought she was going to get here and just be having a party. She want to see Will Smith, Steve Harvey, or being Bernie Mac. That's who she was looking for. But no, it's not like that. You know what I mean? You're going to come to America and then you're going to realize that there's something called a class system here. It's not really spoken of, but you're going to see it immediately. You're never going to see people like Will Smith just fucking walking around.
From Tanzania was awestruck by America's cleanliness.
I remember the first time I landed. We were driving, and that was Dallas Airport, and we were driving to DC, and I couldn't believe how clean the city was. I can actually walk without shoes.
The first one was the smile, the fake smile. I'll meet someone and I'm like, and then their lips are closed. Immediately for a second.
Listen, we may not smile back. You know what I mean? Everybody's busy. Everybody's focused. Everybody's getting to it. I gotta go. All right. Doors opening and doors closing. All right. That's just America. Don't take it personal. You're welcome. Don't take it personal though.
So I was like, what's going on? But I was still smiling for like 5.
About their culture shock experience.
I think that's funny. Congratulations to these Africans making it to America. This video seems like it's kind of old, so whether they are still here or not, I hope that your stay was free.
I've been living in America for about 3 months now, and there are certain things I noticed, and I just want to talk about them. The first thing I noticed was time keeping. They keep the time like crazy, and it was so interesting because my uncle and I almost had a fight about it. He told me we were going out by a certain time. I can't remember. Let's say 4 p.m. We're going to the cinema. And then I got ready. I was already ready. He already told me that, oh, you have to keep the time here, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't understand how crazy it was, because why did I get downstairs by 4 or 5 p.m.? Everybody was in the car. And it was like, oh, I was the one delaying them. And he was just cautioning me on how you have to keep the time here. You have to do this in America. And truly, he wasn't wrong at all, because even at work, if you have a work meeting, let's say by 8 a.m. and you clock in by 8:02, my darling, you are late. You have to be there by like 7:55 or 8 a.m. And it's just very different for me. I used to think I was someone that, kept to time. But seeing that over here, it's very strict. There's no African time. If you're going for an event, in Nigeria. When I used to go for events, you know, if they say 2 p.m., I'm getting there by 4 p.m. because I know that they wouldn't start on time. But here, 2 p.m. is 2 p.m. It's just crazy. But yeah, I think it's shaping me in a very good way, honestly. I really like that now. I'm more conscious of my time. I like to, you know, plan my day time by time. Okay, this is what I'm doing by this time. This is what I'm doing by this time. Even this video self, I'm like, let me just do this video before I have to go and settle down and, you know, study. But something else I noticed is that Americans work a lot. Oh my God. They work like crazy. One person is having 2 jobs, 3 jobs, taking night shifts, morning shifts. I respect the hustle, but I'm just like, bro, you guys aren't hired. Like, it's crazy. The way they work is crazy. But I also understand because the bills are crazy, the taxes, everything is just, you know, you have to work hard. It's very, very crazy. I keep saying crazy, but yeah, that's how it is to me. And then I think my last point would just be that this one is a major shocker for me. There aren't long holidays. So you know how in Nigeria we have that 2 weeks Christmas break and you take 2 days off before Christmas and then you don't resume work till like the next Monday in the new year, the next year. So you have like 2 weeks off basically. In America, they don't give you long holidays like that. You just have the days of the holiday. So Christmas holiday, you're getting 25th and 26th off. And then you work the rest of the days till New Year's. So they give you New Year's off. And then you resume on the 2nd. Like, no time to waste. Come back to work. It's just crazy. I'm like, what? What is all this? Is this the life I chose? But yeah, it's just different. It's really, really different. And I think I'm just going. And yeah, these are some of the things I just found very interesting in America. Cheers.
As a Nigerian that was born and raised in Nigeria and came to America finally, these are a few cultural shocks that I experienced. Number one, I remember my hair, for example. You know how we can change our hair, right? We can change our hair, we can do anything with our hair, we can do braids, we can do wig, we can pack our hair, we can do a lot of things, right? I remember this woman, I can never forget, like, it's my friend's boss. So when she sees me almost every single day, right? And when she saw me, she was like, oh, you changed your hair? I was like, yeah, I changed mine. I said, oh, this is so different. Like, how did you change your hair so quick? I was like, just remove the wig. Just remove the wig. And I have hair inside, you know, and she was really shocked. Like, I'm not joking. Like, she was so shocked. And another one that happened again was this person with braids. Like, sorry, I was on braids that day. I made long braids that day. I'll never forget that day. And I think it was an Asian woman. Said, can I touch your hair? I was like, sure, you can touch it. You can touch my hair, you know? I said, definitely, okay, sure. And I touched it, oh, it feels so different. It feels so different. I was like, yeah, it definitely feels different, definitely. And there's just so many cultural shocks that I've experienced. And what again? And yeah, I remember, this is not my hair, this is a wig, right? But I remember when I, do my hair, bring my hair out and I'm just on a fro. Oh my goodness, that is the craziest day of my life. Guess what? A lot of people, they just stare at me like they just stare at me like I don't even understand it, but they stare at me like something is wrong. They just be looking. I'm like, hey, what have I done? And I'm like, oh, what have I done? The way they stare is creepy. And you know what? Guess what happened? I want to tell you this thing that happened. So when this woman, like, there's this, I think she's Vietnamese, I think Vietnam or Philippine, like between those two. I think when she saw me, she said, oh my God, she saw me, and I think that day she stopped me that day. She said, oh hi, you're so beautiful, I love your hair is so different, I like the fact that you're embracing your natural hair. I was like, oh, thank you so much, I really, really appreciate it. And guess what, I went back upstairs. I think that day I had like an appointment, and I went upstairs. Sorry, not an appointment. I went to the library. I wasn't studying, so I went upstairs to the library. And then me coming downstairs, all of a sudden I just see this woman from nowhere. She just came to me. She's like, oh hi, I've been looking for you. I wanted to give you this gift. Guess the gift she gave me? She gave me a doll with an afro, like my own afro. Like, she's like, oh, I want to give it to you to show you how beautiful you are, and all of that. Like, this is a Black woman. I want you to keep embracing your natural hair and all of that. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. It was so weird. But guess what? The Nigerian in me, now, if they give you doll, tell me that you keep it. Tell me that you will keep it. Me, keep it. Am I mad? Do I want that one Chucky to be coming in the night and come and haunt me? Do I want Chucky to come and haunt me? Never in my life. So I remember that day I went to one of my like mom figures in school. I went to her and I told her that, oh, like someone gave me this doll from nowhere. I don't know this person, but she just gave me this doll. And I was like, should I keep it? Should I keep it? What should I do with it? And then she just said that, what is your mind telling you? I said, my mind's telling me to trash this in a way, because the Nigerian in me, this is witchcraft, this is juju, this is monitoring spirits that want to come and monitor my life. So that day, unfortunately I trashed it, because that is so creepy. Don't give me a doll. Why a doll? So I trashed it. Maybe I have a picture. I can't remember if I have a picture. Because that day I took a picture of that doll. I might see it then, because it's been a long time. Like, I think that was like 2024. 2024. I think 2024 or late mid 2024 or late 2024. I think that was when that happened. But I don't know if I'll be able to see that picture, honestly, because my phone used to be full too much. So I don't know. Maybe I deleted it by mistake. So yeah, well, that is what happened. Like, it was so crazy. I was like, wow, this is so crazy. Like, the way people would just be looking at you like you're just weird, like you're just a foreigner, or obviously we're a foreigner and all of that, but like, I'm just saying, like, it's so weird. It's so weird how people just be looking at you, just, oh, it's so different, you're so different, it's so weird for them to see like that. But anyways, if you want some more cultural shocks that I experienced, follow for more, or like the video and save it for when I'm gonna post next. Anyways, stay tuned and bye.
Here's some things I've experienced as an immigrant living in America for the past 15 years. So I'm from Guinea, West Africa, and coming to America when I was 5 years old, the culture shock was absolutely like flabbergasting. The minute I landed in America, the first thing I realized that was different from living in Africa was literally the way you guys speak English. Hearing English for the first time literally like reset something in my brain. I literally was like, what are you saying? Another culture shock was like how slow the language was spoken. Like back in Guinea, we literally spoke Fulani like super fast. Like you speak super fast, but it's not super fast to us. Whereas here in America, when I'm speaking English, like this is slow for me. Like me talking right now, like this is slow. I literally thought everybody was like in slow motion, like robots. Like when I moved here, it sounded so crazy, so slow, just super weird. Now I'm fluent in English, so like I understand everything, but still I feel like English still sounds slow to me. My mom's speaking to me in Fulani or French, I'm like, the difference is insane. Another cultural shock was seeing that you guys had washers and dryers and like heated water and electricity. I was like, whoa. Being from Lebe, it was like a village, okay? So when I came to America, this was like, it was like comparing like South Dakota to like Los Angeles. Like I remember getting off the plane and it just looked like equivalent to like Disney World to me. I was like, this existed this whole time? It was like an out-of-body experience. Like literally from the ages of 5 to 10, I was so in shock that like I was living here because everything was so cool to me. Like I got to shower with running hot water that could come to me easily. I got to put my clothes in the washer and dryer that washes my clothes for me. I don't have to go outside and wash my own clothes. I don't have to go outside and heat up my own water. I get to pee inside in the toilet that can flush.
I don't know, America just had a lot more resources than Levitt, and I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world. Don't even get me started on when I found out about automatic hand dryers. I literally was like, where am I? Space? Another thing I've experienced as an immigrant was the difficulty of education the older I got. My dad could only help me so much because he went into the military at a young age, but my mom, oh my God, she could not help me with anything I ever asked her. My mom stopped school, I think in 8th or 9th grade back in Africa, so there just wasn't much help when I asked my mom. And I used to remember getting so frustrated because I had to figure out pretty much like everything by myself, and it helped me become like a better person in school, honestly, but like it was so frustrating as a child because nobody could help me with my math homework or my science homework because my parents just simply didn't understand, and I was never mad at my parents. I was just like upset at the fact that like they didn't get more schooling done. Like, I don't know. Neither of my parents went to college, so applying to college was seriously one of the hardest things I've ever done, and applying to scholarships was even harder. I had no sense of direction. My parents had no sense of direction. They were just as confused as I was. I didn't know much about scholarships. I didn't know you could apply to college early. Like everything was just really, really hard and confusing to navigate for me as an immigrant. I'll say as an immigrant, my college essay was top tier. It was honestly the first time I was able to showcase my pride and joy being an immigrant and coming from Guinea. And the list goes on.
One of the culture shock that I had when I came to America was me finding out that Americans, everything is fast-paced in this country. Everybody walk fast. Everybody talk so fast. Like, everything is done so fast. And I was like, okay, how is everybody coping with this? Like, you're walking with someone and they are so fast. They already walk, like, and you're still struggling to keep up with this person. Like, when I started working the customer service first time, they talk so fast on the phone, and after they finished their first time, I'll be like, can you say that again? Like, it was so shocking. Like, I'm like, how are people this fast paced? Like, everybody, everything, everywhere, you're talking, you're walking, everything is so fast paced in this country. I thought that was like, but I had to kind of, learn that as well. So, what they say, when you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. So, yep, I had to kind of blend into like, okay, I gotta start talking fast too. I gotta start learning fast. So when I travel to Nigeria, when I speak, my family are like, slow down, Joy, you're talking so fast. So that was one of the things that shocked me when I came to America as a Nigerian.
Today we are not going to talk about the usual complaints or culture shocks such as high cost of living. That is normal, and I think it's high time African immigrants become prepared for that. They need to know that in America, it's not the same as Africa. Things are expensive, life is expensive, and you have to work hard to make it. So we are not going to talk about that. This is so interesting. I'm going to talk about the time consciousness in Africa and in America. Here in Africa, people are not really timekeepers. Someone will tell you, I'm on my way, but they're back in their house, maybe taking a shower or even sleeping. People don't take appointments seriously. Like, if it's 8 a.m., you'd find that someone will wake up at that time and start to prepare. But I've heard from their experiences, from the African immigrants' experiences, is that in America, people keep time. Time is money over there. If your appointment is on 10 a.m., you need to be there by that time, or else that's it. You have lost it. But over here, we are not that fast. People take things slowly and they don't take time seriously. But we have to wake up as Africans. This thing of saying African time, it's African time. No, we need to stop that and really be time conscious. Keep time and ensure that things are done according to the scheduled time without disrupting the system or someone's schedule. We need to keep it up or to try harder on timekeeping as Africans. That's one thing I agree. In Africa, we are not time conscious and people do not take timekeeping seriously. Another culture shock for African immigrants in America is the direct communication. Over there, I hear that people are straight to the point. There is no much explanation, or you try to give more context of something. If it's yes, it's yes, and if it's no, it's no. And like here back at home in Africa, whereby we really try to explain ourselves. I didn't make it because of this and that and that. We like to give more context. We like to explain why something will not happen, or why something happened the way it happened. But in America, I hear that people keep direct eye contact and they tell you straight to the point what will happen. If it's yes, if it's no, there's no much of explanations and all that. It's not needed. Also, another culture shock is how things are done. In America, I hear that people do things very fast. If it's walking, someone is just focused on where he or she is going. If it's working, like, things are done fast. But back here at home, this still goes back to time, because people are not really that time conscious, and so they take time to do things. If it's walking, you just walk the way you want. Like, people are not so fast, people are not so quick in doing activities, in doing chores, in doing things. Another culture shock is, can I call it, community versus loneliness? Back here in Africa, people really believe in communities. Even if you're strangers, you will just meet. You're totally strangers, but you will speak and speak like people who have known each other for many, many years. But in America, they say that it is very lonely over there, because each person is minding his or her business. People are so busy, people are so individually minded, people are just thinking about themselves, and it's not a bad thing. It's okay. It's just that here in Africa, it is not normal, or you have not normalized loneliness. Even if you're going through a lot of shit, or you have all the stress in the whole world, when you meet people, it's just kind to say hi. And from the hi, you can continue, just spark a conversation from anywhere. You can speak about the trending news, about something happened, and go on like you know each other. But to this point, I kind of understand, because in America, there is a lot of unsafetyness. So also this might be a reason as to why people just mind their business. And also the concept of race, because it's not easy for white people to interact just anyhowly with black people. But here in Africa, we are both black, we both look alike, we both look the same. So we majorly focus on maybe communicating about something, storytelling, rather than you're black, I am white, we can't interact. There are so many, but I'm going to speak on the last one. We have this culture shock whereby I spoke about it. In America, all black people are just categorized as black. People will just identify you as black. And like here at home, because we are all black and we don't really focus much on race, someone will identify you by maybe your language, your tribe, culture. We are not just calling each other black because we are black. We are used to being black and we are proud of being black. Unlike in America, whereby before anything you are seen as black, and anything that follows will be determined by the fact that you're black. So being black in America is something that they look at most of the time, and it affects a lot of things that you do, the people that you interact with, the opportunities that you get. And that's just America. We can't do anything about it. So without saying much, guys, let me know some of the culture shocks that I have not mentioned. You as an African immigrant, how was your experience, your first time experience in America? What were your culture shocks? And also for the Black Americans that have come to Africa, you can share with us your culture shocks. What were things that shocked you about Africa or about Africans? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and I really appreciate. See you in the next video. Bye.